Streaming cyberspace into your place, sanctioned by the RLR Racing League. From Slinger Speedway, it's the Virtual Grip Networks. Live as it happens, 8th and 9th round coverage of the Skitter Creek SK Modified Series, Season 14. Hey, roller skates, chopsticks, wings, three things that are more fun when you have a pair of them. Add to that list of Thursday night race at Slinger. Yes, tonight the RLR Racing League doubles your pleasure, doubles your fun with two races at Slinger. After being kept out of the winner's circle for the first four rounds, two-time and defending champion Eric Stout has found his rhythm, having won his last three events, giving Teapot a comfortable 32-point cushion over rookie Ethan the Mountain Troutman in the championship hunt, finishing right behind Stout in the last two races. Jeff Aho, the season 10 champ, lurks third in the points, and with a doubleheader on tap tonight, if misfortune does find Teapot, as does indeed the nursery rhyme suggests, he gets turned over and poured out, well, the world's fastest quarter-mile oval could deliver a much tighter points race as the series leaves here and heads to Watson Glen for the schedule's only road course event. So pull the lever on the Lazy Boy and settle in for the excitement of a double dose of simulated short-track racing action that's about to stream your way. A warm Badger State hello and welcome on this Thursday night, July 24th. The institution, J.R. Shepard, joins yours truly, Bill Soups on high up in the VGN broadcast booth to bring you our Words Eye View replay. Ryan Senator turning the knobs and pushing the sliders. And breaking news, contrary to what the opening said, somewhere in this favored land the sun is shining bright. A band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light, and somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children clap. But there is no joy at Slinger. The doubleheader has been scrapped. That's right, due to technical difficulties, what was scheduled to be twin 75s is going to be a single 125-lap event. But that's okay. We're going to jam all of the fun we had scheduled for two races into one. So don't go far. With me tonight is my partner, J.R. Shepard. You know, J.R., this is a short track series. It'll get much shorter than Slinger.
Yeah, so tonight's track is the pure definition of a bull ring. Slinger Speedway, it's only a quarter of a mile in length, turns banked at 33 degrees. That means even though this place is short in length, these drivers will be carrying a lot of momentum and speed in the corners, which I think means pulling off a pass is going to be super difficult to complete without making contact with either that other car or the outside wall here. The other thing I'm going to be looking for tonight will be the mental stress that these drivers will have to deal with. Every lap around here, it's only 10 seconds long, which leaves very little room for a mistake. If you make one, you will probably end up as the next caution around here. And Soup, if you do end up as a caution, you will be in for a very long night because you will be going to the tail end of this field, which puts you in serious danger of being lapped by the leader and potentially creates another caution out there. So a lot to watch out for in this little bull ring tonight.
Here, my partner talked about very little room. Well, we have very little room to talk about the points. We'll go over real quick. The rule package allows for drivers to drop their single worst results. So the graphic reflects each driver's best 6 out of 7 results. You know, Slinger was not on the schedule last season, and there's not a whole lot of history here with the drivers. Eric Teapot Stout, well, he's on that 3-race win streak. How about rookie Ethan the Mountain Troutman? The Mountain has, he's got a mountain of top 5s, 5 of them to be honest with you. Nobody has more. Jeff Aho has improved his results every race since round 2. A third last time out at Myrtle Beach was Bob Higgins' season best result. Always there, Fred Leclerc has been struggling of late. A 17th last time out was Josh Buckley's season worst. After winning the season opener, Bill Benedict has not found the top 5 again. Chad Alcaraz can hang his hat on a Martinsville win. How about this rookie, Devin Visnow? He's the second highest rookie we have after the Mountain Troutman. And consistency has been Chris. Can I have some more, sir? Oliver's strong suit as he sits in 10th. All right, all the business is out of the way. They're going to grid up right now, which means we can go ahead and give you the starting grid. We have a pretty full field here tonight of 20 drivers. Let's go ahead and tell you who's going to be starting on pole. So very important here at this little track. And it's going to be Fred Alcaraz inside of points leader Eric Trout.
Yeah, rolling out in row 2. Third place, Jeff Aho tonight. Outside in 4th place, Lewis Flowers.
And that's Eric Stout, not Trout. Let's go down here to the Troutman. Ethan the Mountain Troutman in 5th with Bradley Steffen outside of him.
Rolling off in 7th place, we've got Bill Benedict in that 90 car. Outside in the 49 car, Ken Allen.
The rookie who has been hot of late, Devin Visnow, is going to be sitting in 9th position. In 10th, it's Mike Trashudo.
Yeah, and rolling off in row 6 inside, we got Rob Higgins. On the outside, Brian Neff.
In the Bakersfield spot, it's Chris Canavs, Mercer Oliver with Kid Lemon Lime, Luke Logan Allen in 14th.
Yeah, back in row number 8, inside Brandon Feeney and Josh Buckley.
Aiden Elvecchian will be starting in 17th. And 18th, it's Kevin Alicia.
Rolling off in 19th place tonight, we got Bruce Pearson in the 22 car. Outside in 20th in that 43 car, Bob Higgins.
Oh, so far back for Bob to go, sitting all the way back in the tail end of the field. Small field tonight by red light racing standards, and maybe that's a blessing in disguise, as this is a small track. Don't want to put too many cars out here on the quarter mile. Lap traffic, as my partner said, gonna be an issue. We are going 125 laps tonight. Regular red light racing rules apply. You get 1 extra set of tires in the pits. There are no fast repairs. This is big boy racing. If you break it, you bought it. There is a lucky dog and a green-white checker. Beautiful night to go racing here in the Badger State. Tiny track for a lot of drivers with big hearts.
And you can see rolling around on this pace lap just how small of a track it is. Even though we've only got 20 cars, they are about a quarter lap in length this field is right now, and they're doubled up. So once they single file out, they will take up at least half of this racing surface. That means be very, very quick to go a lap down if you're in the back.
Later tonight, they're going to park the cars, and then they're going to feature a high school track meet here, so it'll be fun. Gather up the chickens, take cover at the cows. The horses are out of the barn, and the lead pony is Chad Alcaraz. He leads the stampede down into the first quarter, tucking into second. We got ourselves the yellow real quick. Going around, it looks like Lewis Wildflowers involved in this one. Ooh, and I think maybe Mountain Troutman might have had a little help. Turning Flowers around.
Yeah, and we'll get a replay of it, but yeah, very unfortunate because these are drivers that started near the front, so they absolutely, if you create a caution that far forward, it's going to create a lot of contact back in the pack. And this is something that happens at a place, a bull ring, like we talked about. Troutman trying to take that lower entry because he has a car on his outside. He's trying to avoid contact, but when he takes that lower entry, Lewis Flowers taking a normal arcing type entry into the corner. The two just came together, and it was very, very little contact. It was just the Nerf bar to the back Nerf bar on Flowers' car. But you can see going in here, that's the difference in lines. If you're diving into that corner, you're going to be so much faster than that driver trying to take a normal line right there.
And then as the contact went to the outside, the inside line seemed to be the lucky line. As the inside line scoots by, a lot of drivers able to vulture positions. All this going on behind Alicia, or Alcaraz, who's happy to be out in front right now. Look at this. Now they're doubling up, and Alcaraz, it looks like he's taking the outside line. Oh no, here we go. Sorry, we're getting going here right away. Caught me by surprise.
Yeah, definitely. Chad, he's going to be able to complete that pass on that inside line. Now Jeff Aho trying to do the same thing. Aho's got a good season going. He does not want to make a mistake like we saw a lot happen last year. And right now battling super hard with Stout up front.
So Alcaraz did start from the inside, as you would expect. Now this is an opportunity for Aho. He has Trout pinned down to the inside. It's hard to make a pass. You got to figure that Aho either wants to get this done or find a spot where he can tuck in. He gets a good drive off it too, though, JR.
Yeah, he does, and it's kind of back and forth right now. So Eric has figured out how to make that outside line work, but I can tell you, you can see he got moved up just a little bit, 1 and 2. The higher you get in that outside line, the less grip there's going to be, particularly on corner exit, and that's where he's starting to lose ground.
Indeed, Aho had the benefits of starting on the inside of the second row, was able to get underneath Stout. There's a car on the outside. That is Bradley Steffen. Everyone going around him nicely.
And right now we see Aho up there, and back here we see Higgins. He's trying to make a pass on Elvecchian on the inside here, and I cannot stress to you how hard it is to do in these cars. We've talked about it in previous broadcasts. You don't have great visibility out the right front of these cars because of that air cleaner, and the banking here makes it worse. So it's very difficult to judge where that outside car is. And I can tell you, the exit of turn 4, it closes up.
Oh!
There's some net code there with Josh Buckley. We'll have to get a better look at it. But yeah, that's going to be race ending for Buckley. He got extreme left front wheel damage out of that.
And then Aiden Alvecchion had nowhere to go. He was last to the scene on the outside line and got into Lily T-Bone Buckley, who was sideways on the track.
Yeah, that was really bad netcode. Like I was able to call it on the broadcast, which is bad. I hate that for Buckley because yeah, been in that situation, absolutely nothing you can do there. But the one thing about these SKs, they are notorious for having that net code. So something to keep in mind when you're racing close quarters with somebody. Sometimes giving extra room goes a long way. Nothing either driver did wrong there, but definitely net code.
So we dial up our second caution. I want to talk about a couple big movers here. Double Deuce Bruce Pearson up 11 spots, as is the man right behind him. We talked about it in the opening. Saw Bob Higgins starting way back in the last spot. Well, he's worked his way from 20th to 9th. Higgins is having a good points season, and surprising to see him so far back. Okay, I do not want to be caught by surprise again. Caution flags are quick here at Slinger. I have the rhythm now. All right, Chad Alcaraz in control of the field. He gets going. Well, the tables have turned. Last time starting in third, it was Jeff Aho. Not going to happen this time. Eric Stout going to get the best of, and we got another caution. I think this one may be in Kevin Alicia.
Yeah, and we see Kevin trying to get turned around there. So this may be just a self-spin, but it was enough that it did bring out a caution because it was on the racing surface there. Oh, it wasn't a self-spin. So, yeah, we see Bradley Steffen actually get into Alicia there, and I did get a good look at it. Alicia may have to check up a little bit. I do know that this track is very bumpy, and these SKs tend to bottom out. So if there's anything that moved you up the track, and I believe Kevin kind of hit one of those bumps and it moved his car up the track, probably had to back out of it and react there. And in doing so, Steffen was there. So, yeah, this is a very, very difficult place. Any mistake at all could mean contact from behind.
I think Bradley Steffen is going to call it a Slinger evening. Beautiful night here in Wisconsin. Go out and find himself a nice piece of cheese. Okay, we're going to go try this one more time. He has led the whole way. It's Chad Alcaraz. Now, we turn the tables one more time. Eric Stout, outside of row 1. In the Cattsburg spot, Jeff Aho. And look at the jump. Aho was really on the back there of Alicia. Chad gets a good jump. Aho wants to finish this early. Stout stuck on the outside, watching in the popcorn position. Well, there's two of them. How about this rookie, Devin Visna, now up into 4th. He's trying to make the outside line work right behind these guys with Bill Benedict. Haven't heard much from Benedict since that opening round win. Meanwhile, up in front, well, Aho did get the best of it from the inside line. Stout now back in 3rd.
Yeah, definitely that inside line is the one that's working. But right now, I mean, even from these opening green flag laps after this caution, those top 3 drivers have a clear advantage because they really pulled away from 4th and 5th place and further back. And we see some drivers starting to mix it up. Again, laps, they happen quick here. 10-second laps. The leaders will be on what we're watching on screen right now very soon.
Let's look at Kid Lemon Lime out there in the number 6. He's being challenged by Mike Trasherow. Trasherow has to give it up. Kid Lemon Lime makes the outside line work. We're talking about Luke Logan Allen in car number 6. He gets up into 11th position. A driver I want to talk about that's having a nice run is Bruce Pearson. He's racing in 7th right now. He's had the benefit of odd positions on the restarts every time, but he's up a whole bunch of spots, 12 of them from where he started. He's right now on the back of Rob Higgins.
Oh, we see Ken Allen going around in turn 4 there. That was a self-spin, but like I talked about, this is a bumpy track surface. If you hit those bumps incorrectly, have a slight bottom out, the car will slide right around on you. There's going to be nothing you can do because it's like the rear tires being on ice. And you can see he started to get loose with that bump on corner entry and was just never able to get control of it once again.
And that was Bob Higgins on the outside there that was able to get around that one.
Yeah, and this will be a better view, and this is from his son Luke, and you can just see a lot of that has to do with having to take that lower entry because he had Bob Higgins on the outside. But again, you hit those bumps at just a slightly wrong angle, and this car is going to go around on you. It's a super tough night for these drivers. Very difficult to get these cars around this track as fast as they're trying to.
Talk about the Allen family. I put out a little questionnaire last week just to get a little information about them, and Papa Kenny answered back that he's been married for 34 years, and they've been on a 34-year honeymoon. Oh, isn't that sweet? Mama Higgins watching. A big smile from ear to ear. Not happy about the way her man is doing right now, but her son's doing okay. The story of this race has been the battle for second right now. Aho on the outside, Stout on the inside this time. So far, the third position has won almost every time, but not this time. Great run from Jeff Aho, and he closes the door, I think, on Stout. He's going to have third position. Second position, Stout back in third.
Yeah, that was a great move by Aho. I've been waiting on somebody to make that work on the opening lap after the green comes out because you can't carry a lot of momentum through turns 1 and 2 on that outside lane. But it almost looked a little too easy to me, Soup. I think Eric may have been playing some strategy there.
Yeah, you might say, you know, I think we're going to have another caution. I'll just stay here in an odd position. That's very intuitive there, JR. Nice job. Speaking of those oppositions, Pearson in 7th, Bill Benedict in 5th, and of course Stout in 3rd.
Yeah, we've had a lot of cautions to open up this race, but we're already on lap 43. That's how quickly this race is going to go by. We're already a third of the distance through this race. And these drivers, I know a lot of them, they want to get some green flag laps going because some of these drivers have had bad starts. They've moved from the front to the back. They want to get back moving forward. And we see some passes here. I think it's Chris Oliver that's now on the inside trying to make a move on Tasher.
Tasher was stuck out there, and he's in jeopardy, maybe losing the next one, trying to get down in front of Ethan the Mountain Troutman. Troutman sits second in the points. Would like to pick up some positions. He's racing in 12th right now. Troutman looking underneath Kid Lemon Lime. Luke Logan stuck on the top. Look at the drive off of 4. Puts it in the wall. 3 wide. Oh, they get that sorted out. Now he's loose again. The car in the middle is really struggling there. Teshiro having a hard time.
Yeah, and I fear that that's only going to get worse as we put laps on these tires because this car does tend to be free through the center of the corner, and that means you're putting a lot of stress and a lot of heat in that right rear tire, which in return creates a looser and looser condition in this car, meaning it's going to move around like we're seeing Tashiru do right here at the moment. And when you hit those bumps like I talked about, it makes it a lot worse.
Remember, Eric Stout was thinking there'll be another caution flag. I would not be surprised to see one. They can't come in and make a pit stop, get fresh tires. If you're interested, 14 cars are on the lead lap right now. So if you were one of the guys in the back to come in, or even if you're a guy in the front, you got to figure you're not going to go all the way to the back. There's a chance you may want to come in and get cover.
Yeah.
Well, JR, we talked about it, lap traffic coming into play now.
It definitely is, and Alcaraz, I mean, he's been putting on a clinic so far in this race. This is the longest green flag run that we've had, but every single time he's been able to jump out to a noticeable lead, and he's almost at a 1 second lead, which is huge. That's 10% of the track length. But yeah, he is coming up on the tail of this field, And you can see it's messy. There is not a clear path for him to take. He's going to have to be cautious, but at the same time, make sure he's still able to maintain a gap behind him.
Yeah, it's not like he's coming up on a single car. He's got a swarm of lap cars in front of him. The first one he has to deal with is Lewis Wild Flowers. He gets to the inside of Flowers. Flowers is a rookie. JR, does the outside get dirty here at this track? Is Flowers racing out there? Is he feeling okay?
It does get dirty, but the part you got to be cautious about is corner exit, the late exit of the corner. And that's what worries me when I come up to lap another vehicle, is those drivers are trying. Oh, and we got a wreck. This is second and third place. Aho and Stout going around, but Aho ultimately losing the track position.
Well, of course, Stout and Aho get together. It looked like Stout got loose. I mean, Aho got loose and came down into Stout and kind of clipped him in the right rear.
We'll get a replay here. Aho definitely, Aho got a little bit high through 3 and 4, and in return, this is what I was kind of talking about with the lap vehicles, worrying about that lap vehicle trying to get too high on corner exit, and turn 4, it actually closes up on you. It turns back towards you as you're exiting that corner, and if you misjudge it, you're going to bounce off that wall, and that's exactly what ended up happening to Aho there. But it all started going into turn 3, just got a little bit too high on corner entry.
So as Stout pirouettes after the contact, he sorts out in 5th position. Watch out for Bill Benedict now. He's got into that catbird spot. He'll be starting in 3rd if this sorts out the way I think it is. Top rookie, Devin Visnow, going to be starting in 2nd. They do not waste much time here at Slinger. They get him sorted out. Jeff Aho stays out. He's in 10th. Nobody has come down for tires yet. Working lap number 64. We go green. Alcaraz with a good jump. All right, now the battle has always been for 2nd. Look at Visnow gets a good run. Now this will be interesting. This is so far that we got another caution. Brian Neff is last of the scene, but...
Yeah, sorry, Soup. When the leaders came back around to that incident, Alcaraz actually got shoved into it. I know it was being called out on the radios of stopped vehicles, but this one may affect our leader at the end of the day. We can watch the replay here, and really 2 drivers going for the same spot. I mean, Luke Logan, he was down on the inside. Chris Oliver looked like he tried to turn in. The contact was made, and in return, you get that chain reaction of drivers trying to slow down and in return getting spun. And the thing that really caught my attention is when the leader comes back around, the caution is out.
We're on it right now. Watch the leader come in. He's going to try to squeeze in between. He'll be here in just a minute. I don't think that's him yet. He'll be coming. He was really late on the scene.
Right
there he is.
Yeah, and he tried to get stopped and probably would have, but I'm not sure Visnow was able to see that they were completely stopped ahead, and in return, it shoved Alcaraz into it. He's still rolling, but it'd be very curious when we go green here if he has any damage that's going to affect him.
Boy, I'd like to dial him up right now and find out what he has. He would probably tell us. Well, we'll find out when we get to corner number 1. Watch the 17. That was a pretty good hit he took. Here we go. He's going straight. Watch out for Visnow on the outside. Hey, the 17 looks good. He's going to stay out in front. He's led every lap so far. Visnow able to tuck down in front of Bill Benedict. Benedict, in fact, they're biding his time right now in 3rd. And look who's in 4th. Eric Stout.
Yeah, definitely. I believe Eric restarted in that 5th position using that inside line. Ultimately, that wreck that he was in did not affect him very much, so he's able to recover right now. Aho, that was involved in that, he was involved in that last one as well, so he is falling back in the 12th spot at the moment.
If you're talking big picture, Troutman sits 2nd in the points. He's racing in 11th on the lead lap, but buried back in the field. And Aho is right behind him in 12th. Those guys sit 2nd and 3rd in the points coming in. Still plenty of time to make up spots.
Yeah, both of those drivers had plenty of speed during the practice session before this race, so they definitely can maneuver their way through the field. You got to be patient, but you've also got to be on the move. You've got to be passing the car every few laps if you want a chance to get back up here and race with Stout, who we're riding on board with.
Okay, JR, let me ask you a question. Chad on Cars was just involved in that incident. We were wondering how good the car was going to be. The car looks great, but can damage that doesn't slow you down right now as the car is, could he might be having damage that might be hurting his tires, or is he pretty safe, would you think?
He looks safe. He hit that accident pretty square, which is what you want to do ultimately when you're going to be involved in something like that. The thing I'm worried about is not so much his tires being a factor because something weird's going on with suspension. I'm kind of worried about that damage that iRacing kind of produces from having that head-on collision, potentially having something that is blocking his grill opening that would ultimately lead to a blown engine, because I have had that in the SKs. His car looks very good. It looks in great shape, but sometimes it's hard to tell from the iRacing side if you're going to get that phantom type damage, and it won't show up for another 30 laps or so after that incident.
Does the dashboard warn the driver, or is it a surprise?
Oh, it's a surprise. Yeah, I've had that happen before. It is definitely a surprise, and you're just really confused when it happens.
Okay, let's look at Stout. He's on the inside of Bill Benedict. This is to get to the odd position. If Stout were to get this and there were a caution, he'd be put in that prized third position where he could make a move. This is what Stout does. Even if he doesn't win, he's able to, well, come on, it's a cliche, but I'll say it, make lemonade out of lemons, and he picks up third position. Nice run, though, from Bill Benedict back there in fourth.
Yeah, and just a touch on that point, the one thing that kind of sets Eric apart from a lot of drivers in any league, not just this league, is that he's very resilient. So when he has a bad night, he continues on, and he tries to make the most of it, and in most cases is able to come back through the field. So this is just, for me, something that drivers need to look at as they join a league. If you're having a bad night, don't just exit the session. Get back out there, turn some laps, get better, move forward. At the end of the season, every single point matters. But you know, JR, and it's, I don't know, the racing gods are kind of cruel. We saw Jeff Aho and Eric Stout get in an incident that was almost identical for both of them at the same time. And of course, Stout's able to drive away, only losing a couple positions, and Aho's luck, well, he goes back to the field. That's just how it rolls for Aho sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. You can be the fastest person out there, but if you don't have any luck going your way, it's just not going to be a great season for you. Aho had a terrible season last season. He was getting things turned around this year. I still think he can. One bad race is not going to just change his season, but you got to have some luck on your side for sure. Being the fastest driver doesn't mean anything if you got bad luck. Let's focus in on car number 23. He's the rookie, Devin Visna. It's out there. It's got a new paint scheme. We said he was working both sides of the track like a jaywalking milkman. He's got a little got milk car out there. There's a milkman on the back deck of that machine. Looking good, racing in second. I talked about him in the opening. Every race is getting better for him. And the 23, this is going to be his best finish of the season. If he can come home on the podium, we'll get to talk to him for the first time this season. Yeah, and you talked about it. He's doing a great job. I mean, he's falling back from Chad that's out front, so he's almost 2 seconds behind Chad. We see Eric Stout closing in. So for me, Visnall, he needs to continue to run that good line that he's been running. But if Stout ever gets to the inside of me, I think I'm going to let him go. Like you talked about, Sue, this could be my best run of the season. Let him go. Let's get an interview. I agree. Big difference between third and fourth is you get to talk to us and the fans get to know you. Let's look at this battle right now. We're on it. Oh, I love that shot as they come at you. Look at the cars get big on your screen, and then they get smaller and smaller as they pull away, and now moving to the inside. His teapot gets it done. Yeah, and that was a quick pass, and that's exactly what we talked about that Devin would need if that situation happened. A quick pass, because that didn't put him in jeopardy of losing another spot. So now all he needs to do is stay in front of Bill Benedict and to get to talk to us. And he's not that far away. We're working 101, 125 laps on the schedule. Oh, and we got a spin around. That's Bob Higgins getting spun there, I believe, by Bruce Pearson. I didn't catch the beginning of it, but ultimately Higgins goes around on the front stretch.
I think he slowed up a little bit not to get into the back of Mountain Troutman. There's Ethan Troutman ahead of him, and then he slides up. And that allows Bruce Pearson to get down in there.
Yeah, it's really an accordion effect. You know, like you talked about, he's slowing up for Troutman there. At the same time, Bruce is committed, and you're running fast around this place. You carry a lot of speed in the corner, so there's not a lot of slowing down before you get there. So once you're committed to that corner like Bruce, it's pretty well set in stone that if somebody has a problem, you're getting into them.
Okay, because the cautions are so quick, let's set the stage here for you. This is interesting now. You got Chad Alcaraz. He's led the entire way, but now he's got the man who's won 3 races in a row, 2-time and defending champion, going to be starting on his outside, Eric Stout. We've seen the outside line work before. We saw Jeff Aho make it work. And then this is an opportunity for the rookie Devin Visna to get in there, maybe vulture that spot on Trout, get up into second. Sitting behind those guys, Bill Benedict, nowhere for him to go on the outside of row 2. But Rob Higgins sitting back there in the 5th spot inside of row 3. Boy, and you think about it, the laps are ticking away. We're on lap 106, but that's like no time at all here. All right, we go green. Look at Stout, try to make the outside work. Is he going to lead at the line? He's got the momentum off of 4? No, but he's still in the hunt.
Yeah, he's still there. He's got the momentum off of turn 2, and I think he's going to clear him because of that. And that's just from that inside car, Chad Alcaraz having to hold it down so close to that yellow line. He just lost his momentum on the corner exit.
Boy, you don't become a 2-time champion. You don't get those winning streaks for nothing. Eric Stout. He's got 15 laps to go, and they're going to click by quick. What he doesn't want is another caution. He'd like to run it home from here if he could. Visna sitting in 3rd, being stalked by Bill Benedict.
Yeah, and on the screen we've got Albecchion. He's on that outside line. He's starting to fall back. He's going to get an opening here, but you got to be super careful when you get one of those at a place like this. You try to move down in line, but that driver behind you might have other plans of diving into the corner early, and that's where we get a lot of contact at a place like this. They keep it clean, though.
That's Bruce Pearson ahead of him. Now Vecchion being chased by Luke Logan Allen. Allen racing in 10th. Oh my goodness! Stout is under attack.
Yeah, and I hoped that we would see this suit because Chad has been the clear favorite in this race. He's been able to pull away each and every time. He had a slightly bad restart, but he was able to get that thing up and rolling here. And you see Stout make some contact out of turn 4. Chad is going to recapture this lead.
Oh, every victory is sweet, but they've got to be a little sweeter when you pass Teapot to get there. Remember, Chad Alcaraz was involved in that incident where he came up on the back markers that had a spin. He was leading the race. He got into him. Used his cow catcher to get through. The number 17 looks pretty good. He's got 5 laps to go, and boy, it's going to be over real quick. There are going to be 5 fast laps. But wait a minute, there's a lap car up there. Wildflowers gets out of the way, no worry there. Alcaraz through 3, through 4, coming across the line. Working lap number 121 now. It looks good. I believe Alcaraz already has a win this season. He'll be the first driver other than Stout to be a multi-time winner. Coming across the line, very clear, nobody ahead of him.
Yeah, definitely. He pulled away quickly there. And, you know, when we talk about some of these drivers, Eric Stout being involved in that accident, he's come back. He's up in 2nd place. Jeff Aho, he's been able to come back into 6th place. So a lot of these drivers that thought they were going to have some not so great nights, they're starting to make some use of it here at the end.
Coming across. Working lap number 124 of 125 through 3 and 4 now. Nothing but 4 corners between him and his 2nd win. Through 1 and 2, down the backstretch. It's only a quarter mile away. Out of corner number 4, across the line. He wins at Slinger 125. Eric Stout will get second. And how about the rookie? Oh, no! Bill Benedict got him. What happened to Visno? He was racing in third. What happened to him? Oh, the rookie dues had to be paid, as Visna had an incident, we think, on the last lap. He was on his way to an interview. It's not to be. Well, it was interesting getting going, but we did get it going, and I can guarantee you now there will not be another race. The racing is over, but this is the important part. Our broadcast is not. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back and run down the entire finishing order, talk to the front drivers, and then put a lock on the gate. You're watching the Virtual Grip Network. Welcome back to Slinger Speedway and the Virtual Grip Network's Live As It Happens coverage of the 8th, not the 9th, round coverage of the Skitter Creek SK Modified Series Season 14. The results are in. Let's give them to you now. Coming home. He did not lead all the way. He led 115 of the 125 scheduled laps, and that is Chad Alcaraz. We thought it was good night nurse when Eric Stout got underneath him and took over the lead, but Alcaraz fought back and stole it. Oh, that's a sweet win for him. Teapot will finish in second. Bill Benedict will be able to vulture third position. Devin Visna was in that third position spot going in the last lap. He got the inside, the left side's down a little tight, got a little bit loose and opened it up. Lost spots to Bill Benedict and Ethan Mountain Troutman. Good points night for Troutman. He sits second in the points and he only loses a couple to Stout. Devin Visna will finish in fifth, but sadly no interview from him. Jeff Aho sits third in the points, was able to recover after a spin while sitting up front. Well, he'll come home in sixth. Seventh, eighth, and ninth goes to Rob Higgins, Double Deuce Bruce Pearson, who came from 19th for that 8th position, Luke Logan Allen, and then rounding out your top 10. Boy, he continues to be consistent. Can I have some more, sir? Yes, you get another top 10. We're talking about Chris Oliver. All right, JR.
Yep, coming home in 11th place tonight, Kevin Alicia. We saw him have a spin, but he stays on that lead lap. Aiden Alvecchion, he'll be the last car on the lead lap tonight, finishing in 12th. Bob Higgins, he came from the back and finishes 13th. Brandon Feeney, 14th tonight. Lewis Flowers, 15th. Brian Neff, he'll come home in 16th place. Mike Tasharu, come home 17th. Ken Allen having that spin at one point and going several laps down. He'll finish 18th tonight. Josh Buckley, 19th. And Bradley Steffen will round out the field in 20th place tonight.
With that said, let's dial up Chad Alcaraz and talk to our race winner. Chad, it's Soup up here in the booth. Every win is sweet, and it's maybe sweet to go wire to wire. That didn't happen, but maybe it's even sweeter to get passed by the point leader, two-time champion Eric Teapots down, and then to get him back.
You know, my reaction when that happened, not again? What? That was like Martinsville all over again, him getting to be on the outside and doing that, but talked to him before this interview, and apparently he got a little bit of damage, so once he got in front of me, I think he was starting to lose a little grip in the middle of the corner, and I was able to get him back. But it was a hard fight to try and pass him. It was nice, clean. I kind of got a turn 4 there when I was trying to get the pass. The car drifted up a bit, and I was doing my best not to put him in the wall, but like kind of have to top the wall a little bit. But definitely a fun race.
We'll get you out of here on this one. Talk about damage. You were involved. You came around on the incident. You couldn't get it wound up. Was the car okay?
Oh yeah. I don't know how, but somehow I didn't have any damage at all. I heard cars are stopped. Right. Yeah. A little bit more information might be good. Like the whole track is blocked. But I'm the first one coming around, so I'm the one that knows if that's the case. And so I'm like, okay, we'll just try and squeeze between these two cars right here and see what happens. And luckily, I didn't get any wheel damage or anything like that, so I was able to get out.
You put on a good show. Congratulations. We'll see you down the road. All right, Chad Alcaraz. Next time we'll see him, he'll be going to a road car. So, okay, my partner has the point leader.
Hey, Eric. Hey, man, congratulations. I know it's not the 4th win in a row that you wanted tonight, but, man, you overcame a lot out there, was very resilient, got involved in an accident, and was still able to come back and get to the front. Talk us through what that was like and just how difficult it is to try to make passes around a place like this.
It's incredibly hard. You really just kind of have to wait for the guy in front of you to make a mistake. I was just chatting with Chad. I guess Jeff had a little bit of a glitch, but I felt like we were, early on there, Jeff and I were just sort of trading second and third back and forth, which I was content with. And then when we were approaching halfway, I felt like I was gonna, turn up the wick a little bit and put some pressure on him. And I was catching him, and I definitely think I was a little better than him. And he just had a little bit of a moment and got into the wall, and inadvertently, obviously, turned left and hooked me. But I had a little bit of damage after that, but it was, I was still pretty good. The second half of like that one long run we had, I felt really, really good. And I was actually catching Chad. We were just talking about it. I didn't know if he was sandbagging or what he had going on. But I was catching him. I don't know if I would have gotten him around him on the green flag run. The restart there at the end, the track opens up a lot wider exiting turn 2 than it does turn 4. It's not equal. So the outside line there is actually really powerful. So I was able to get a couple of really strong runs and get him. And I'll be honest, I was blushing a little bit when that happened, because I was like, man, like 4 in a row, there's going to be some groans from the peanut gallery. But I don't know what happened. The car just like didn't feel the same. He was able to catch me. I couldn't quite exit turn 4 the way that I wanted to and carry the same amount of speed, and that allowed him to get back to me. And I had, I think, clipped the wall a couple times. So happy with it. What was it? Second? Happy with a second. Honestly, happy just to survive and get this one over with. This is not one I have circled on the calendar. So glad it's over. And on to, I think, Watkins Glen next week, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that was my next question. I mean, even with the weird night tonight, you're able to pull away with the points lead. But yeah, I'll get you out of here on this one. You just talked about it. We're going to Watkins Glen next week, 30 laps, but we're running the Tour Modified. This is something cool that the Red Light Racing League does. I enjoy watching it. What are your thoughts going there? And think you got an improvement over last year?
Well, it'd be hard to improve over last year. I think I won the race by 26 seconds. But I think I'm really intrigued to see how, kind of the rest of the field on like the second go around here, adjusts. And there's also some new guys. I think I mentioned a couple times that I did my 24 hours of Daytona with Ethan and Bill. So I'm really curious to see what kind of speed they bring. I'll get a good week of prep in and be ready to go. Go fast, turning left and right. I'm really looking forward to that one.
All right, awesome, man. Hey, Eric, Congratulations on that second place run. Put on a show for us tonight. Look forward to talking to you some more next week, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Thanks, fellas. Have a good night.
All right, guys. That was Eric Stout, our points leader and second place finisher here tonight. Soup, who you got now?
I got third place finisher Bill Benedict. Bill, every week I get my script from the Stat Boys, and they say the same thing about you. It goes something like this. After Benedict won the season opener, he hasn't seen a top 5 since. Well, they're going to have to find something else to put in the points when we run through there. Congratulations. You got yourself third place.
Thanks, Soup. Yeah, it's good to get the monkey off my back. I've been getting caught up in other people's wrecks or not qualifying well and just get stuck in traffic. So it's nice to have a nice clean race here. Mostly clean until that last lap anyway.
It was indeed. In fact, you kind of vultured yourself a third place there. You were behind Devin Visna, and I guess he got a little bit loose and you opened the door for you, huh?
Yeah. I saw him catch the apron coming off turn 4, and I got right on his bumper, and then he hit the apron again entering 1. I talked to him. He said must have been net code because on his end there was a little clunk, and that sent him onto the apron. So that opened the door and let me sneak into third. So
we were just talking with Teapot, Eric Stout, a second ago, and he said he did the 24-hour, I guess, a Le Mans he did with you and Ethan Troutman. So we go to Watkins Glen's next week. How do you think about turning right and left?
I like Watkins Glen. I like the road courses. Yeah, we ran the 24 hours of Daytona together.
Daytona, okay.
Yeah, but I have not driven a modified on a road course yet, so I need to put some practice in. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
All right, fast drivers are usually fast, however they do. Put in some time. We look forward to see what you can do on the twisty course. Congratulations on the third place tonight.
Thanks, Soup. Appreciate it. Bill
Benedict, your third place winner. Remember, he won the season opener. He's back. Watch out for him. He's a rookie. All right, with that said, you're probably wondering when we do this again. We'll look at the graphic we're going to put up right now. Oswego, Saturday night, July 26th. Oh, that'll be fun. Oswego to Oswego, then the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Got some big-time cup racing on that one, I think, for Sunday. And then Watkins Glen, this series, the Twisted Course, next Thursday. Do not want to miss that one, the last day of July. Those broadcasts, future and past ones, all a production of the Virtual Grip Network. With that said, we're going to show you a picture of all the people that make this happy. On behalf of myself and all of them, I'd like to thank you all for watching. We'll try to do better next time. Until then, have fun storming the castle.